Oh my God, I need a tan. What's up, guys? Thank you guys so much for waiting. I wanted to go big on this. This is the debut. It's directly supported by our Patreon and our YouTube join button. So there's a new credit sequence at the end. I hope you guys enjoy. And this all helps us bring you just more of our show in the future and new shows coming this year. Thank you guys so much. Consider supporting. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Check it out.
Darn you, carrot cake! You have no Super Saiyan!
What do you mean, Virginia?
I'm going to fight you!
What are you, insane?
Yes. Prepare yourself, carrot, you Catholic cabbage, because I'm going to fight you. And I'm going to kill you. Until you're dead. Today.
No!
I am defeated. You big smelly Willy.
That's what you get for acting to Mickey, Virginia.
Being a sandwich only makes it tastier.
Don't let me see you on this earth again.
I'll be back in DBZ. Kakarot.
Guys, I have always wanted to do a live action version of that Oni cartoon ever since I saw it because I love everything DBZ, even the parodies. And I really do love this game. Now call me a mega fanboy if you want, and that I'm giving the game too much of the benefit of the doubt, but I grew up watching this series on Toonami as a kid. I've watched and rewatched the episodes tons of times. I've seen Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Kai, Dragon Ball GT, all the Dragon Ball movies, and there's a ton, the OVAs, I've seen Dragon Ball Super, and I have a ton of merchandise. I am basically the target market for this game. And it's freaking awesome. Double Sunday. That looks so fucking cool. I love the deformation. God damn it. Oh, I love it. I love that. But here's the thing. If you're a DBZ fan, I highly recommend it. If you aren't, well, that's a different story. Hell, even if you are, it's a little different story because we played this storyline over and over. It goes through the Saiyan saga to the Buu saga. It's just, why are we giving this over and over and over? And I have to factor that here on my show, that I'm not just a mega fan of DBZ, okay? I need to be a critic side, and sometimes the thing I love needs tough love. And this game needs tough love. Because if you're not a DBZ fan and you're just an RPG fan, you're probably not gonna enjoy it anywhere near as much as a fan. And wondering why this game plays more like a last-gen title. Oh, you son of a bitch. The cars can go there, but I can't, Joe. there are some huge drawbacks for the privilege to play this same story that we've played 1,000 times before. And that's my main problem with this game. Had it been, say, the storyline of Dragon Ball Super, a story which is fresh and new and perfect and ripe for exploring deeper like never done before, that would have been far more exciting. But maybe they just want to start off everybody with this game and with the sagas that we all know and love, and maybe we'll eventually get to that in a sequel. Okay, well, let's look at it. What kind of stuff can we do in this open world besides the main storyline that we've done a billion times? Well, there's flying around and collecting orbs with the awkward flying controls.
In short time, your fate will be sealed, Superman.
All throughout the maps, there's these orbs of different colors and rings that you fly through and just laying about that you know, to level your guy up. Kind of reminds me of another game I've played and heard about. It's fine. What isn't fine is the camera. It constantly gets in your way as you play.
This is how you use it, Joe. Stay on him. Get him! What are you doing? It's the fucking camera, Joe!
Oh, how do you...
I hope Chaozu fucking beats you, Joe. You're tied right now with Chaozu. Joe's constantly whiffing and whiffing hard. Now we're looking at the back of Piccolo's
Well,
back.
you know what? I don't control the camera.
So are you saying, Joe, that this game has camera problems?
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes I do.
Will you just kill him, please?
But you know what? The main part of the game is combat, and it's fun.
He's got 1 health. He's still got 1 health. Finish.
I told you.
Finish him off with his mouth.
That was it.
Hey,
It was close.
level up.
Very close.
A little simple, and it's been in many other games, and it's maybe even more simple than the other games, and it feels a little samey, one-button combo spam with little variation in characters. Hell, even the Budokai games at some point had more combo variations and throws, which aren't here.
I think the boss battles are impressive. There's little sequences. The combat is still simplistic, but it's always been simplistic in DBZ. They've kept that skill ceiling relatively low so people of all ages can enjoy these games.
As you level up, you train, you learn new moves, you slot them in, you add new characters to your team that follow you around on the map and assist you in battles. I like this. But these open world encounters that you get into really start to get fucking annoying after a while, especially because Goku won't shut up about the way too many random enemies littering the map.
Might cause some trouble later. Best to deal with this now. Might cause some trouble later. Best to deal with this now. Might cause some trouble later. Best to deal with this now.
It started to remind me of another game.
Might cause some trouble later. Best to deal with this now.
Godzilla is approaching the generator. The generator is losing
Might
power.
cause some trouble later.
Generator is
Best to
losing
deal with this
power.
now.
Godzilla is approaching the generator. The generator is
Might cause
losing
some
power.
trouble later. Best to deal
Godzilla
with
is
this
approaching
now.
the generator. The generator is losing power.
Might cause some trouble later.
Godzilla is
Best to deal with
approaching
this
the
now.
generator. The generator is losing power.
Godzilla is approaching the generator. The generator is losing power.
Might cause some trouble later. Best to deal with this now. Here goes.
The fishing minigame is trash. There's barely any gear to equip for an RPG. It's just unlocking skills when you hit a level and then fighting your ghost figures to get them. It's instead of doing something interesting, we get the constant recolors of the same robots and Frieza soldiers and Cybermen.
We don't need the green ones, we need the red ones.
But there's
The
only
great
good.
Piccolo reduced to this.
A babysitter.
What the hell are those things?
You've already fought them like 30 times.
That kid's probably got his hands full right now.
At least in between the annoying shit, you can still meet some of the supporting cast of the Z Fighters, all the characters that we know and love. You can talk to them, you can do a quest for them, and add their soul badge to a list of collectibles that you can then add to a community page, which will level up certain, stats depending on how good that person is in one of the many categories.
How do you not remember this guy?
The
Even
hum
I
is
remember
back.
that guy from like cartoons 25 years ago.
Well, now.
From Johnny.
Yeah.
No, he was in the tournament. He's the guy who dressed up as...
Nam.
Is he on this?
No.
No
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, this is the original Dragon Ball.
Nam is running into a problem with his car business. Help his people by helping him. Yes. Nam, the peddler.
And hot damn, they are definitely accurate portrayals of the anime characters with a lot of fan service. Excellent voice acting with most of the original voice actors. Piccolo is that stern asshole kind of father figure to Gohan, just like we remember. Master Roshi is a perverted old fuck who has you search around for his porno magazines.
Oh. Hey, Joe, I didn't think you'd still be here.
Is that for the Master Roshi skit?
Yeah. Yeah, the Master Roshi skit.
I thought we canceled the Master Roshi skit. Are you going into my room? Yeah, that's right. Apparently there's a whole adult community section and some adult magazines to collect. But don't get too excited, you don't actually get to see anything. But honestly, it's surprising they even went there in this kind of kids game. I guess not anymore. And, okay, and...
I know it's not much, but I brought you a gift. Those are some prime cuts of babe. Wow, they're even tastier than my breakfast.
And as always, Yamcha is fucking useless and dies all the time.
Ugh! All this fights make me thirsty. Wolfang fist!
Yeah. Sweet moves, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, real sweet. Yamcha. Did you die? Yamcha. How does your power level go up when you die?
But at least he has a high adult community rating.
Oh, it's practicing my martial arts. Wolfang fist!
Yamcha, stop that! Stop it! I can't put that in the video!
Practicing.
Yamcha, stop it! Cut it out.
Fine. I need some private time anyways.
The problem here is that most of these side quests for supporting characters are barely more than boring, basic bitch fetch quests.
Huh?
Hey.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel when you do these side quests, when somebody asks you for help. Stop the robot threat. You get 86 experience.
How many is that?
Is that a lot?
I mean, it's more than 85.
And there is no denying that. The developers created this rich, lush, explorable world filled with old characters, side missions, and then kind of does everything in its power to make sure you kind of ignore them, filling the game with these Easter eggs for you to find. But unfortunately, they're all filled with shit. Dog shit.
Oh, Kakarot, I need 5 deer meat. Please bring them to me.
Trash? Who the fuck puts trash in a side quest? Come on, something better. Oh, Marcos! Oh, disgusting! Okay. Oh, poop! Who the fuck puts shit in side quests like this? Why do you keep putting shit in side quests? I'm sick of this. Okay. Come on, this side quest is gonna be awesome, I can feel it! Oh! Oh, not the pig! Ah, the pig! Not the pig! And why spend countless hours writing and developing these quests and putting them in but when you give them no impact on the game itself, when you turn these in, you get a pathetic amount of experience compared to just following the main storyline where you get an insane amount of experience.
What?
Jesus Christ! See, this is exactly what I was talking about. I was hoping that that fortune teller.
Yeah, you killed.
I got 141.
Total?
See, that's why I don't like some of these side quests. It was only 141 experience. See, that's why I don't like. Yeah, 141 experience points.
Oh, okay. All you had to do was die and come back, and you get 143,000.
Whoa!
It's like the team that developed the side quest had the decimal point for the reward system 2 spots away from where they were supposed to be.
Crack rats.
All right.
This is gonna be the level of side quests.
As it stands now, what this game is, you know, the anime and shortened cutscenes that actually kind of miss some of my favorite bits on purpose for time.
It's over 9,000!
He doesn't say it.
Is he gonna say it? Is he gonna say it? Come on! Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Where is the over 9,000?
I told you, he doesn't say it.
0 out of fucking 10! Negative 9,000 out of 10!
But Joe, that was never a thing in Japan. Yes, smartass. But this game released in the US too. What about Vegeta's speech, the androids, the breaking of his arm?
Sad for you!
The final flash on Cell, Bubbles, and Gregory on King Kai's planet.
You're just abbreviating. What is the fucking point?
Wait.
Fuck it, I'm out.
Are you?
Granted, it does show flashes of some pretty epic moments done arguably better than the animated, cartoon itself. Sort of like the legendary finishers from Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
It's interesting.
Playtime's over, Joe. That was just phase 1.
That's the only good parts. Is obviously the fighting. I don't like the quest or anything.
Anime Dad's not gonna let his son die.
Fuck. Damn, that's pretty cool in video game form.
But basically, that's only about like 5 to 10% of the time. Most of the cutscenes are static, boring kind with awkward pauses and terrible lip syncing.
Where's the music?
There's nothing.
There is no music right here.
Are you sure?
Yes.
What was this game,
very
man?
inconsistent.
Why is this game so inconsistent?
Because I don't know.
Quickly, grab hold of me.
Easy.
Okay, Joe, you have to hit that button fast so that I don't have these awkward fucking pauses.
Most of the lines in the game aren't even voiced. I hate it when RPGs do this. Look, is this a Game Boy game or something? Seriously.
I'll kick their metal butts. And then again here, like it is 2020. Let me remind you that it's 2020.
Yeah.
And being 2020, I should get full voice acting for my $60.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, other games do
Didn't
full
get the
voice
first
acting.
one, the second one, the third one.
It's 2020, damn it. And at this point, with how long they've had the license and with how many games we bought, I think we deserve an initial better effort.
And let's look at this tree.
Get an apple?
If you could. Like that's what I'm talking about, effort. That's the kind of effort I like to see in my games.
This costs the same amount as Breath of the Wild, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's good to know.
And then, say for example, if we could actually step on the tree. I'm pretty impressed with that.
Yeah, but
I mean, there's clipping like a motherfucker.
You're not stepping on the tree.
Oh,
You're just
never
floating.
mind. You're just floating. Got it.
What else? Another thing in the world you could do is collect food items. You can build machines, collect scrap and food. But neither of these things are really worth doing either. Yeah, making food gives you tiny health point increases and laughable boosts. You can use them in mid-battle if that's useful.
No!
Ooh, you were winning.
You gotta be fucking kidding me! Come on! No! That was some fucking bullshit.
Punch you to death.
Ah, this guy's pissing me off now.
But as it stands now, bosses are a little too easy. It's a little inconsistent. They get hard and they're very easy. I mean,
Maybe don't punch him and use more of the beam attacks.
Oh shit! What the fuck? We went from ultra hard to ultra easy and S-ing it. So what the fuck? This is inconsistent. You can't tell me no, Joe. It's just a fucking training level. No, that is inconsistent difficulty spikes.
in my experience, you don't even really need to grind. I was worried about that, like they might force us to, but the story missions are enough to give you an insane amount of experience that while yes, you may be under-leveled compared to bosses by like 5 levels, it doesn't matter because you can overcome the fights once you learn the patterns. It's just not challenging. It's like button spam combat, but at least you are driven forward because you want to see the next cool fucking boss attack animation.
Ooh, you broke one more.
Charge your key.
Oh, shit.
Like, at least the bosses are interesting.
I do love the boss battle. I'm not saying nothing about no boss battles. They're good. They're better than Xenoverse in sequence and impressive variations like what we're seeing here.
The boss fights, they're really fucking cool to look at.
Stop! Vegeta, stop! That's it!
Yeah!
Why you do that? Okay, maybe not like that. It's way better than that. But, you know, It's just that the game, for every good thing, it has a bad thing. The map is terrible. Things are too close together to tell where they are. You can't even zoom in for shit. You're going to constantly bringing up the big map as you travel the open world. And when you do that, it's going to often say entering new area and completely throw you in the wrong place.
I do like sort of the open world aspect of it that I've always...
Me over here.
What the...
It just shut you out.
I'm trying to say something positive.
It's like, no, you go back down.
It was like I think it was just a transition, a level transition.
And you quickly realize it's just a bunch of smaller areas kind of stitched together poorly, popping you out in a weird area if you're not following the path exactly closely enough. Annoying.
Whoa. I'm poor. You may have heard about me from
I'm sorry.
Goku.
I get it.
I'm poor.
No.
I heard you laugh.
No.
I heard you laugh.
It's more like I can't.
Come on,
can't
that's a
believe.
good one, chat, right?
And the loading, my God, the loading. If you just get into a particular play pattern, you will see these loading screens a lot. Loading after loading. It reminded me of Anthem at times.
Loading. Loading, go in, loading, go out, loading, get in the area, go, loading, exit the area, loading, map boundary.
Look, this much loading is unforgivable when your game isn't even really that great to look at. I mean, look at some of these textures on the grounds and the rocks and the trees. They're terrible, the backgrounds.
Yeah, and look at the low texture ground. Low ground has low textures.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad to see. It's like we're zoomed in.
The background is
The textures are awful.
He was digging for fossils in the rocky area to the north.
It's glitchy too. The game is just black screen sometimes when you're looking at the encyclopedia. I missed that on my recording, but it happened. And sometimes elements will fail to load in quest givers. What?
Look at this glitch. Floating head. He's a land expert, Joe. Probably because he could get close to the animals without them noticing him. What the fuck? This guy failed to load in as well.
Might cause some trouble later. Best to deal with this now.
And for an RPG, there is not a lot of customization for your characters. You don't get to pick Goku's clothing, like say, if you wanted to stick with Yardrat's digs that he got. No, you don't. You don't get to go shopping in the cities for different things. Come on! We've seen Goku wear a suit before. I know it's rare, but at least if we could do that kind of shit, it will make it feel like it's my DBZ story more.
Well, that was quick. Why are you dressed in that suit?
Wait a sec. Now that's better.
At least since it's an open world, they allow you to go at your leisure and collect the Dragon Balls if you want. Gather them up across several areas and you can summon Shenron.
What would you get for your first wish? I want to fight all these people again? No. Z-Orbs or I want to be rich? That's what I would do. I want to be rich, bitch.
You can wish for rare items, large sums of Z-Orbs, or even revive and power up enemies you've defeated before. But that's not very creative.
30,000, you cheap fucking bastard. What kind of wish is that, you motherfucker?
It does provide some extra hours of gameplay. You can wish again after 20 minutes and if you collect them again, but progress too far in the story and they'll lock off. I just wish they would have done something a little more creative with it. Look, it's always been my dream and wish to have an RPG open world game set in the DBZ universe. And this is exactly that. The fact that it exists makes me so happy. And it actually makes mega fans extremely happy that they will overrate the game and kind of defend it to death. I want to give it a 10 just for existing. That's how much I like this idea. But I can't. And honestly, we need it a bit better, especially in 2020. Look, we've not really gotten this, before. There was the MMO and there's like some Game Boy games. But this is the first attempt at a real-world open RPG in 3D. And it's not exactly at the top of its game.
Yo.
What do you think?
Well,
Not what I wanted.
you're not holding the capsule.
What is this?
A
See, I don't understand why Bandai is able to get away with this, whereas, if this was a Western game, we'd be like, he's not even holding anything!
Mm-hmm.
He's not holding anything!
Oh my.
Oh, easy. Hurt you.
What? And you didn't put anything in your back pocket! The fucking... They don't really bother to do new animations.
Look at the background right here. Look at that tree. Look at that sack and the rocks.
Goodbye.
It's a good looking sack
the
right there.
graphics to this is basically, you can get these kinds of graphics from a Wii.
Even so, I'd still say that this is sort of the best Superman-style game out there, where you control an extremely powerful character that can fly, and it has insane power levels and breaks things as you fly past them. Hopefully other developers are taking note. If only they do this game again and sort of add on to the solid foundation. Take it to that next level with either, being able to develop your own story, ally with Raditz, or just do Dragon Ball Super. As it stands now, the final verdict for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is a solid 6 out of 10. It's slightly above average. And that's with some tough love. I could have rated it as high as a 7 if I let the fanboy side blind me. But it is time to get something more fresh out there and send a signal to the developer and publisher that they're on the right track, but they need to catch up. And if they do, my God, we will have something truly epic and special. The best DBZ game ever. Imagine crafting our own stories or experiencing a new one. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show, and I want to take a moment to thank our supporting members who helped make this review possible. This is the first time I'm debuting this massive list of names of people who directly contribute to keep us going when we go independent. Thank you guys so damn much. Here's to many more together. Until then, I have things to do and techniques to learn and, some private time. I'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Okay, Joe, that's my fault.
Well, it doesn't have to
I
happen.
can't stop laughing. That's on me. I'm going to turn my back
Almost
immediately.
died, guys.
Turn my back immediately.
All right, take
that was
45.
perfect. You put your face towards the camera.
Yeah.
Natty light. Yamcha needs some natty lights. Tastes like piss.
Just like I like it. If you didn't know that Yamcha was a redneck.
It's all about the hair, man.
Yeah, so you'll be able to film that.
Hold on, Joe, do it again.
This is Yamcha.
Signature pose.
Yamcha.
Signature Yamcha pose.
Play dead. Okay, well we need to do that outside.